So my name is Rock Most, producer, MC, DJ out of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. It was around the age of 11, man. I was at well, I'd already been into hip hop a little bit. You know, everybody had the one rap they used to spit. You know what I'm saying? My name is such and such, and don't you know? It's usually how that rap started. But I was doing it back then just kind of for fun. And I think when I first heard Rockbox by Run DMC, that just kind of changed everything. It was kind of like I was blessed at 11 years old to know what I want to do for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? It was pretty much official. It was like fireman, yeah, rap star, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's where it was at. I used to go to family functions and weddings and whatnot in Cleveland, and I can't remember who the DJ was to save my life, but he had the two 1200s and the mixer, and he was mixing and cutting and scratching. I kind of just stood there the whole night. I don't know. He was like, "Who the fuck is this kid? Why did he go away?" You know what I'm saying? But I was just standing there like enamored by that shit. I was like, "I want to do this shit," So that, and then went to the Ohio State Fair one time with my godmother and her son, and there were some cats in Columbus, Ohio, just in one of the tents, just like spitting, DJ cutting and all that, and just seeing it, firsthand in Ohio. Because back then everything was in New York, you know what I mean? So just to see that happening in Ohio, it was like, wow, I can do this, you know what I'm saying? So anything I could, really, man. When I first started rapping in Ohio, I was one of the few people actually doing it, you know what I mean? So that was a good thing and a bad thing because there was no scene. But the good thing was whenever I did it, it was a big deal because nobody else was doing it in that particular area where I was. So I used to go to all the little teen clubs and rock. DJ would let me get on the mic for a minute. And then, of course, a few people started popping up here and there, and I was waxing them in battles and whatnot. So, just the same thing as everybody else, man. But it didn't really get serious till I moved down here to Atlanta, and there was a scene here, obviously. And I realized that I was not the big fish, you know what I'm saying? So, some growth process taking place, and got on some stages here and there with some people that we all know now, you know what I'm saying? And, it's just been that journey, just doing my thing. Well, it was cool when I came down here to go to school when I was at the Art Institute of Atlanta. But, due to some circumstances in life, I wasn't able to finish school. My living situation changed, and it was like, okay, I can stay here and pursue this thing, or I can move back to Ohio. And, I love y'all, but I didn't want to be back in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't seem like the right option. There's not a lot going on in my little small town, and I just felt like I'd be more successful without school here versus going back there and going to school. Yeah, my first drum machine I actually bought used from a Kent State student. I was like in 11th grade or something like that, and I conned my mom into getting me a 4-track for Christmas. She's like, "You can get it, but that's all you're getting." And then I think I fell for that shit in the back of the Source magazine, man. The Upstairs Records. I bought the little DJ package. It's like $200 something. I saved up my allowance money and shit, and got there, and it was belt drive turntables. My boy was like, "You can't do that with those," you know what I'm saying? So I fell for that, but of course, you try to make do. You put the penny on the needle, and you know what I'm saying, try to do whatever you can so that you can actually scratch a little bit on that joint, But yeah, man, even before that, we were making beats with like Casio SK1s, you know what I'm saying, speeding up the record real fast, sampling it and slowing down on the keys, looping that shit onto a tape deck, you know what I'm saying, overdubbing that with a tape with 2 tape decks. I think the only responsibility I have is to be innovative and make it, affect people, you know what I'm saying, whether that be good, bad. Like, I feel like music has control over people's emotions, you know what I mean? And I guess to just try to be a part of somebody's life is my only responsibility. In terms of sound and all that, I just really want to be innovative and, I don't want to be put in a box, especially as a producer, you know what I'm saying? Just because I get tired of the same shit, you know what I mean? I want to try I get tired of making the same shit. Of course, I do 6 different things, but you know what I'm saying? I'm able to do music full time and be semi-successful, you know what I mean? I've toured a little bit around the country, even done shows out of the country. And so just being able to do that with no budget and no major backing, I think is a challenge in and of itself. Just working with some of my idols, man. I've worked with Chuck D and Professor Griff. I've worked with Diamond D. I've just been around some of my heroes, you know what I mean? And just to have that cosign from them, you know what I'm saying? Hearing cats like that tell you you're dope when you come from a little small town in Ohio, people you never thought you were gonna meet are telling you you're dope. I can't think of a better reward than that. Pretty much that. Touring, every time I go on the road and go somewhere that I never would have been otherwise, I feel like that's an accomplishment. You know what I mean? I played in Costa Rica a few years ago, and I'm still growing fans off of that one show. People are seeing the video footage, and I have a gang of friends down there just on Facebook, and, people still hitting me up like, yo, that was the best show ever, so that type of thing, man, just being rewarded by the accolades and whatnot. I did what I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? And I guess success would be measured on where I stand with that. I don't think, I've never sold a platinum record or anything like that, but I did what I wanted to do. I had fun doing it. I've got records out, and, I feel like everybody has something to learn from that. I just think that you should love what you do and do what you love.